With Jim Harbaugh being the new official head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, it is official. They just became Super Bowl contenders once again. I believe they're going to spend the money this offseason. But really, it comes down to why have the Chargers struggled so much over their history? They've only ever made one Super Bowl. They have not won it. They've had some really good teams, especially dating back to the 2000s with Rivers. They went 14-2, 13-3, lost a bunch of home playoff games. Then you have Rivers for about another 10 years after that. Then you pick up Justin Herbert, and I believe it's only one wild card appearance where they blew a 27-0 lead at halftime. What is going on? They have the money, they have the market. They've always been in Southern California and San Diego, up to Los Angeles now, which is even a bigger market. Let aside they're probably the third favorite team in Los Angeles behind the Raiders and the Rams. But nevertheless, that's opportunities. And of course, with Herbert too. So why have they done it? It's because they've been run by losers. They've been run by Tom Telesco, which I think was, everyone wanted Staley fired. And yeah, he did a bad job. There's been clock management dating back all the way till back when he was hired in 2021, that final game in the regular season against the Raiders. He bungled that. He obviously blew a 27-0 lead. And then this season was a disaster. And then obviously the 60-point loss right after Herbert went out. But nevertheless, Tom Telesco is the one. Yes, he signed some flashy names. He signed defense, and their defense is consistently bottom five in the league. Yet they have names like Khalil Mack and Derwin James, and like they're not scrub players on defense, but they play like it. It all comes down to culture. It all comes down to you can't just sign a bunch of free agents and hope it meshes up. And that's been the Chargers forever. So they've been run by losers in terms of head coaching, general managing. Players generally, we don't want to get too down on them. Like I liked Philip Rivers. I thought he was a good quarterback. Hall of Fame? I don't think so. But I thought he was a very good quarterback. I mean, if you put him in Manning's shoes in New York, Eli Manning won two Super Bowls. Yes, Eli came up with some clutch plays, but let's be real. Those Giants teams were really good. Philip Rivers in an ideal situation could have won a Super Bowl, but he was never going to put the Chargers over the top either. He wasn't the ultimate winner either. He threw way too many interceptions. He had seasons with 15, 20, over 20 picks. It's just not going to cut it in terms of winning. As with Rivers. And by the way, I do respect Rivers because he did play an entire AFC Championship game with a torn ACL 2007 versus the Patriots. If you've not seen that, that's very interesting. Go look up that statistic. So Rivers aside, I think Herbert's the better quarterback. That's what I was alluding to. I think Herbert is a more modern quarterback. Rivers is more your Favre era guy. Herbert's a more modern quarterback. He's precise. He'll turn the ball over sometimes too, but he puts up the numbers to avoid it. 2021, he threw 38 touchdown passes to 15 picks. His rookie year, he threw 31 touchdown passes. And then it's been a little stagnant since, but it's been a little crazy for the Chargers since then too. And of course, this year he got injured and had to sit out the remaining 4 games, I believe, of the season. So I think, but to get back to Harbaugh, which was the ultimate point of this, he's a winner. He's 44-19-1, I believe, all time, which actually, yes, he only coached for 4 seasons in the NFL, is the greatest winning percentage of all time in the NFL. I believe I saw a list on Instagram. It was Matt LaFleur second, who's coached 5 seasons, and then Belichick and Andy Reid, who've coached forever. So respect to them. But technically, highest winning percentage of all time. He's a winner. He just won the national championship at Michigan, and he's going to put the team. Those clock blunders, those Brandon Staley clock blunders, will not happen under Jim Harbaugh. He will have that under control. Maybe they don't need to play awesome defense, but they could be a little better than bottom five. But most importantly, I think he's going to hire a good coaching staff. I don't know if they're retaining Kellen Moore and all of that, but he'll have the right staff in, and I think you're going to see Herbert ascend. I'm not saying he's going to be the best quarterback in the league, but top five, not out of question. With the prior numbers and just the expertise. So it might take a season or two. I'm calling it the Chargers will be Super Bowl contenders because they got the money and now they got the coaching.